Tomorrow is my big Mahjong day with my American Mahjong friends. So I thought I would practice and do a little bit of Charleston modeling. I'm going to grab my random 13 first. Now I'm going to pull in my Mah Charleston. That's just where I grabbed 6 rows of 3. It's not exactly like what the Charleston is like when you play with 4, but it's a good practice for making quick decisions. And it kind of lessens the stress, I think, if you practice this. So let's see what we can do with this. I like to put my winds and dragons first, and jokers if I had any, and flowers, which I don't. And then I put my numbered tiles in order and in suit. Then I look for multiples. And in this case, I have 7s and 4s. 7s and 4s. The only thing I can do is a 4, 5, 6, 7. That's it. 4, 5, 6, 7, and we have a gap. But if I'm going to use all of my multiples, that's what I need to do. So I am thinking that I'm going to try for consecutive, in which case I'm going to keep 4, 5s, and 6s. Just in case something else comes in, we may end up having to throw this the 7 away. Also, I'm going to save this red because maybe I could play like numbers with 4s, and that is the right red dragon. So then we're left with tiles that we can pass. That's a little risky because it's consecutive, but we got to start somewhere, and really any pass could have a risk involved, so I think that's just fine. Here's our first pass. We got 4. Oh boy, I'm thinking, and now here's a like number. So I'm thinking we need to switch to like numbers, and the 7s are going to be joker bait. Joker bait. So 4s with a dragon, and we need a flower, of course. So we have a gap. So then we can pass, we'll hold those for a while, and the 5, because we could go back if we want, if we end up getting a 6 bam. So let's throw 6 crack, 8 dot, 1 crack. We got another 4. I'm going to save it just because maybe we could even do a quint. So I'm still going to save the 7 and the 5 just in case we get a 6. And this is not too bad of a pass. Again, we have a like number, not a like number, but a consecutive risk there. But I think it's the best if you consider our options here. We got another 4. So, and another dragon, but that's not going to help in our like number situation. So I think we should continue and keep that. We should break up the 7 because I don't want to throw away 2 pair. With the 7, we only have to break up 1 pair. And this way we can hold the dragon, because I think dragons are valuable. There's only 3 of them. And if anybody needs a dragon, I don't want to give it to them during the Charleston. So now I'm thinking maybe we could even play a 3-4 consecutive. And here now we have 7 bam north and west. Instead of passing 2 winds, let's go ahead and pass 1 of the dragons. Eventually you got to pass them. Okay, now we have a 5 and a 3, and we have tiles that we can pass. Oh my gosh, I hope nobody would ever pass that. Goodness. All right, we could do optional cross, and I'm certainly not going to pass that. Now, what I'm seeing here is 3, 5 with 4s in the middle. as a potential. So we have a 3 and a 5 and pairs of 4s in the middle, and that would be the second from the bottom under consecutive run. Or we could do 3, 4 pair hand, and that's the third one down under singles and pairs. We have a gap of a flower though. So let's pass, I'm not going to pass pair. Forget that. We could still do maybe a quint if we draw jokers later. Let's just pass 2. For the optional cross. And I don't remember giving anything good away. So we may not get anything out of here. Oh, no. We got an 8. So we have 4 discards. So we're in consecutive or like numbers for the first one. All right, let's do it again. Okay. This time we got jokers. And we have a flower. And we have a pair of winds. And we have dragons. Okay. We do have a 4 crack here too. So we could do like numbers with 4s with east and west. We could do like numbers. No, I was thinking like numbers, but we don't have the right dragon. We could do a quint, in which case we need the dragons. We really don't need the joker with either, or the flower with either one of those options. So this is going to be our first pass. 1, 3, 8. And here we have a 2, 3. Now we could do, there's a consecutive hand with dragons. It's the last one under consecutive run, 2, 3, 4, with the opposite dragons. Oops, so we could use the jokers for the white dragon. We'd have to throw away a pair of easts. I think it's better to go for like numbers and maybe even a quint. So I think we should not go with that. I think we should do like numbers with east and west or a quint. And we'll pass a 2, 3, 6. It's a little risky because it's consecutive and a 3, 6, 9, but we're going for a big hand, so I think we should go for it. We got a white dragon. Oh gosh, okay. Let's keep the white dragon. Maybe we'll get the 3, 4 back. You know how tiles come back in the Charleston. Maybe we'll get it back. Okay, we got another 4. So now, let's see, we've got east with 4s. Let's play east and west with 4s, and we'll give up on the red. Okay, we got a flower. So I really don't like passing white dragons, but it's better than passing a flower. We got an east. And we are on our last right. And I am not passing flowers. And we have a pung of east. This can be our west. So I'm going to pass 2 blind. Now we can do an optional cross of 2. And I know there's no 4s in here. And I don't think there's a west in here either. So we've got discards. So we could play either like numbers with 6 flowers, or we could play east and west with 4s. So east and west with fours, we have 4 discards. Like numbers with flowers, we have 5. So I think east and west with fours. That's the hand I'd go for. One more time. Okay. So now we have 1 joker. We do have some dragons. I like dragons. Oops. Okay, now this is a good one because we have no multiples. So what do you do when you have no multiples? You have to go through a process of elimination through the categories on the card as quickly as possible so you don't make your opponents wait for you. So we're not going to play a year because we do have some 7s, but we have no flowers and we have no white dragons. Now we could potentially keep the 7s, but we'd have to throw away a flower if we end a joker if we end up going for the pair hand, the big pair hand. Maybe we could think about a year category. If we were to do that, I would save the odds, the big odds, 5, 7, 9 as an option. And actually the year category I think should be plan B and odds would be plan A, big odds. And then we're left with some discards. You'd think maybe why wouldn't I keep the 3 if I'm saving odds? If you've noticed under the odd category, only 3 hands span the whole 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. One of them is in all one suit. We have mixed suits. And the other 2 that span 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, it's not lining up. We don't have any 1s. So all the others are either little odds, 1, 3, 5, or big odds, 5, 7, 9. So in this case, we're going for big odds. And now this way too, we can mix this up a little. And it's a bit risky because we've got a 2 and a 6 for evens and a 3, 6 for 3, 6, 9. But this is compulsory. We have to pass. And there are options with dragons in the 5, 7, 9. Let's see, it's the opposite dragon. If we want, we could pass one of these. But we're holding on to it though in case the year option comes in. So I'm going to pass it. Oh my gosh, nobody's ever going to pass 2 flowers. Seriously, but we're going to leverage it. So now I'm thinking like numbers, maybe we could do like numbers with the dragon. We could do 5, 7, 9 with the flowers. The 5, 7, 9 would be the 4th one down. So we have to pick though because we only have 1 discard. So we have to pick a hand. Whatever hand I pick is going to use these flowers. There's only 1 hand with flowers in the big odds. And it is the one with 5, 7, 9. That's it. We'd have to throw all those away. I don't think so. I think there's a better option. I think we should keep the 7s because we could play like numbers. We should keep the 5. Because we could do 5s with like numbers. The dragons, however, we can give up the green. Let's see here. Because we can do 7 dot and 7 bam. Either way, we'd have to pick a dragon. We need to move it along. Oh my gosh, a pair of 5s. And that does happen, by the way. So now, let's see here. I'm thinking like numbers, most likely like numbers right here. Oops, because this is our first multiple. So let's pass 3, 7, 9. We got another dragon. We'll just hold on to that. And then here we have 6, 7, 8. So if we play like numbers this way, we could use that dragon. If we play like numbers this way, we can use that dragon. So let's go ahead and do that. We got a red. So now, here we have like numbers. I'm not going to pass like numbers. I think that's almost as bad as passing a pair. So we can give up on the 5 crack because we can use 5s with the red. This is the correct dragon for these two because we have suit 1, suit 2, suit 3. That's cracks, bams. So let's give up on the 5 crack. We really don't need, yeah, let's just do it. Can't keep jokers. Okay, we picked up a flower. And now we have like numbers again with the 7. So we did pick up another flower, so we could potentially do like numbers with 6 flowers. Either way, we really don't need that green dragon. That's our optional cross. Oh, we got our 5 back. Not that it's going to matter. So I'd say we ended up with 4 discards, and there's our hand. We only really need 1 flower. That could be joker bait, maybe. So we have like numbers with the dragon, or we could do like numbers with 5, and that's joker bait. Either way, we have 3 discards. That's Charleston modeling. Give it a try if you haven't done that yet, if you have your own set, of course. And let me know what you think about that. It's even fun to do it with other people. Just do it one person at a time. Otherwise, it could be mayhem. And then let me know if it helps when you play. If you go through this exercise, I really think it does kind of desensitize you from the stress of finding your footing when you first get your drawn hand. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel yet, please click subscribe, and maybe I'll see you at the next Charleston modeling for American style. Between now and then, may all your picks be keepers.